Hey y'all, it's Chris back with another episode of Raising the Bar. Today we're going to go over foam in cocktails. We're going to go over why you might want foam in cocktails, how to get it.
Chris,
What?
you're starting off saying we're going to talk about foam in cocktails.
Yeah.
No. Say,
Wrong.
what's up y'all, it's Chris with Lyra. Today
What's
we're
up,
going to
y'all?
talk about
It's
why
your boy.
you want foam in your...
This seems like a weird
minute
intro.
man. Huh?
Today's topic is foam. We're going to go over why you might want foam in cocktails, what foam in a cocktail does in terms of the flavor and texture of the drink, and most importantly, we're going to go over 4 ingredients that are going to help you get foam in cocktails. And then we're going to shake up 4 whiskey sours, identical drinks, identical recipes. We're just going to vary the foaming agent. So we're going to do the first one with egg white, one with Aquafaba, one with quiaja extract, and one with gum arabic. So my claim is that texture is the most underrated element in cocktails. Foam in a cocktail is going to give you a silky smooth mouthfeel. It's going to be lighter and more ethereal on your tongue. And most importantly, it just looks really cool. So you've all seen that whiskey sour come out with that nice heady foam on top. It makes a great buoyant ceiling for you to do creative garnishes. You can spritz or drop bitters on it. It's really just a really cool artistic template in addition to the texture effects. So the first of these 4 ways to get foam in your cocktails is the classic egg or egg white. Really, you don't need the yolk here. This is sort of the classic cocktail ingredient. It's one that goes back 100 150 years. But the reason it works so well is that when you shake an egg white, that shearing action denatures the proteins that are in there, kind of flattens them out, gives a lot more surface area. And as you keep shaking, all that air that you're incorporating in there results in a nice foam that really holds up in your cocktail. One of the drawbacks of using egg white in a cocktail is the aroma and the flavor. It's not a big deal, but if you're super sensitive, you'll definitely notice it. For that reason, we would encourage you to only use ½ ounce of egg white. It's just going to lower that sort of volume of egg flavor and aroma. Egg white is a classic one, but we've got some new ones to go over here. So let's move on to number 2, which is Aquafaba, aka chickpea or garbanzo bean fluid, what's left in the can. So you're not actually shaking cocktails with the beans themselves, but rather the brine that's in the can. So this is pretty new. It's like only really been discovered that this works very well within the last decade or so. This is mostly carbohydrates, obviously a natural source, and as opposed to the egg, this is vegan. They also have a little bit of aroma, especially right out of the can. It's sort of salty and a little bit dirty, but that flavor dissipates and that aroma dissipates pretty quickly in a cocktail. So use this as a 1-to-1 substitute for egg white. ½ ounce of Aquafaba is perfect in a cocktail. It doesn't last, the structure of the foam doesn't last quite as long as an egg white, but if you're not going to let a drink just sit out for multiple minutes, it looks just as good. It's also pretty cheap. You can buy Aquafaba without the beans, without the chickpeas, in kind of like bulk pack containers at a well-stocked grocer. So up next we have Saponins, or in this case, quiaja extract, which is mainly comprised of saponins. Saponins are a plant-derived organic chemical. You shake it up, it becomes super foamy. It's most prominently found in the soap bark tree. Yes, it was used in natural soaps, but it has a ton of uses, from root beer in order to get foam to vaccines apparently. But this product in my hands is called Instafoam by Addiction Mixology. It is a quiaja extract, and it is essentially saponins lengthened with water and a little bit of sugar. You can see it's in a dropper bottle because it's very concentrated. You really would only use 1, 2, or maybe 3 drops of this stuff in a drink. And it is also quite earthy and bitter. In a cocktail at the right usage level, those flavors are not going to be a problem. You're not going to notice it. We like this a lot because it is also a vegan, it's plant-derived product. It's pretty handy. You don't have to sit there and mess with Aquafaba or egg whites. You can just drop a few in your cocktail and go. But it's also not very available. It's pretty new to the market, but it is out there. It's getting more popular. and we would recommend you pick up a bottle for your bar. Last up is gum arabic, which we have here in the form of our classic gum syrup. Liber is kind of obsessed with gum arabic. We have 4 gum syrups, but actually all of our products have at least a little bit of gum arabic. We use it mainly for the emulsification properties because it gives our syrups and your cocktails a great luxurious mouthfeel, but the gum arabic in it is also a foaming agent. Gum arabic is a resin, a natural tree bark essentially from the African acacia tree. It goes back quite a ways. It's a classic cocktail ingredient. It goes back 100, 150 years, and we love it. We're kind of obsessed with it. So gum arabic is mostly comprised of fiber and a little bit of protein. It's a complex hydrocolloid that holds on to oil and water really well and creates a nice foaming matrix, about at the same use level as egg white, but you just don't use as much of it in a cocktail as you would egg white. So the effects are a little bit more subtle. So to demonstrate, we're gonna make a whiskey sour with our gum syrup, and we're gonna compare it against the same drink made with a 2-to-1 simple syrup. So this is essentially the exact same thing, a homemade version that you might make or you might find in a bar without gum arabic, and our classic gum syrup with gum arabic. So now y'all know 4 great ways to get foam into your cocktails. We would encourage you to go out, try each method, grab an egg white, grab Aquafaba, test them out. You're gonna like one over the others, but we wanna hear which one's your favorite. So please drop a comment below. Come back next time. We're gonna keep these Raising the Bar episodes going. Wanna hear about what y'all wanna see next. Until next time, I'm your host, Chris Harrison. You loved it.